Hello, my name is Chaotic Bunny TV. My real name is Daenerys Williams, and welcome to my first hosting real demo. I am a full-time content creator on Twitch. I have gotten to host a ton of events over the 2 years that I've been a content creator. I've hosted Black History Month events, Women History Month events. I've conducted live interviews and discussions that my community have gotten to be a part of. Hosting is something that I'm very passionate about. It's something I want to do in the long term. And so I hope after today's clips, you consider me for your opportunity. Today, we're going to be watching a couple clips from my Women's History Month event that I got to conduct. I got to interview 10 amazing femmes over the span of 2 days. I got to ask them about their journey, how they got into content creation, and the struggles that they faced as being femme creators in a male-dominated space. I am very excited for you to see these clips, for me to showcase my skill and my interview style, and I hope that we get to work together in the near future. Thank you. Each one of these women, I picked them because they're all very outspoken about their experiences from what I've seen on social media and content creation, aside from the fact that they're all fine as hell and just and just beautiful human beings. So today's event is basically going to be getting their perspective on how content creation has been, the trials and tribulations of being a femme streamer, and what really goes into that behind the scenes. You know, there's so many perceptions that people have of being a femme creator, from people thinking that you have some type of advantage to saying that it's easier, to not to overlooking the harassment that we really face on a daily basis for a lot of us. And also talking about the really amazing things, femme empowerment, the way that we all come together and support each other, the way that we've made genuine connections in this community. So I have the amazing opportunity to be able to ask them. I'm going to be asking them about 10 questions, getting their perspective and their journeys and their experiences and even their goals about what they want to do with the future. We're just going to go around with each question, and you guys are going to get to hear all of their answers. This is an open conversation like all of my streams. So if you have a question about anyone specifically, or even just a general question, absolutely type it into chat. I'm going to try and read everyone's responses so that we can get to everyone. So my first question for you all is, how long have you been a content creator, and how did you get into content creation? And we can start with Simone.
Ass man trying to tell me that I
Ooh.
could not.
And
And I did.
Hell
Period.
yeah. Love that for both of y'all.
That's all. That's all. I just not. We're here.
I love that. Kiki, what about you? How did you get into content creation?
Well, actually, I've been streaming and creating content since 2014. I got into it because Xbox used to have the Twitch app, and I don't know, somehow I stumbled across
Yeah.
my friend's stream, and he was speedrunning Resident Evil, and I was like, yo, what's this? Which Twitch? I kind of knew which Twitch was, but like not really. I don't know. So I clicked on it, and I was like, yo, I like watching streams, and then I ended up getting close with that person, and I was like, you know what, I think I want to try this. And then we did some co-streams together. But yeah, I was streaming from my Xbox One for a really long time. And then we moved to a laptop, and then my laptop was dying, and then my community raised enough funds for me to get a PC.
Oh,
And I built my PC.
wow.
So
I love
yeah.
that. Okay, come through, community.
Yeah, I was about to say, just for anybody who wants to do this, and you could start anywhere. You could start off your laptop, you could start off your console, and then move yourself up. You don't have to have all this expensive stuff to get started. Just get started if it's something you really want to do.
And you see, I wish I would have known that before I became a content creator, because I came in and spent so much money because I felt like I had to have the best of the best to be considered a content creator. And the way my pockets would have thanked me had I have known that ahead of time. Nada, what about you?
So I started creating content around quarantine 2020, and I know quarantine's been a long time, but around May 2020, I was kind of shit posting on Twitter for a little bit, and then I moved on to not TikTok, actually TikTok. But I really started taking content creation seriously when I started streaming on Twitch in February 2021. So I just made a year, not that long ago.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was always telling myself, I would like to stream, because the thing is that I always had this thought that I feel like you actually have to be good at video games to stream. I don't know, but I love playing video games. I'm just not good. But I wanted to test the theory of can you really get a following from playing video games badly? Let's find out. And it's worked. I mean, you know,
those are my favorite streams. Like, I love to watch people struggle. Watching people that are good is great, but like I'm bad. I want to relate to someone else who's also awful.
Right? Don't silence yourself. Don't stop doing what you love unless you want to take a break or something for your mental health. Then yeah, prioritize yourself. But if you want to keep going because you don't know who you're saving by doing that. When you create your community, you're creating a community with people that you might have saved them. You know, not to be dramatic, but for real.
For real. There are people that message me and will be like, thank you so much for streaming every morning. You're literally getting me through my work day. Like, I hate my job, and you make it like it's not being dramatic. It's absolutely what it is for some people.
And I want to touch on that because when I started, so I did start streaming in 2014, but I was on and off because school. I was going to college. I went for biochemistry, biophysics. You know, I'm a little smarty. But
hi everybody. Thank you guys for joining for part 2 of the Women's History Month event, My Time as a Content Creator. I have 5 more amazing content creators with me today. I have Bliss Kai, I have Jasper, Mina, Peach FPS, and the Savage Gamer, and they're going to go through the same 10 questions that we went through yesterday. Obviously, their answers are going to be different because they're different people, which is why I chose to keep the same questions, because new conversations can always pop up. So first, we can start off with everybody introducing themselves. Kai, if you're cool, we're going to start with you.
Okay, I guess. I am Bliss Kai.
That community anyway. Mina, what about you?
The best advice I could give from personal experience is definitely do not get too close to people. I'm a completely different person now because I've been through so much on Twitch, and I've just been through so much manipulation, and I was so nice back then. I wanted to be friends with everyone. Anyone who gifted me, I would send them like a whole thank you paragraph after stream because like I just wasn't used to it. I never expect anything. And like it was to the point where people were only gifting and buying things off my wish list because they wanted to be with me. And I didn't see that because all I saw was like, wow, this person's being nice to me. And then it was to the point where I was distancing myself because I noticed what they were doing. I don't do that stuff. I don't do that like, oh, I like you, I'm gonna buy you stuff. I don't do that stuff. I cut it off instantly, and it was to the point where they'll message me like really messed up stuff, like, oh, you won't date me, I'm gonna go do this to myself. And it was to the point where someone sent me a whole suicide note because I wouldn't be with them. And it didn't happen once. Like it happened multiple times. And then I look at all these other streamers. It's not a lot of people that do this, but there are a select few. I this one person in their community, one of their mods was a groomer, and they kept them in or one of their VIPs was like grooming people in their community. Oof. And then one of the mods banned them, and then that person unbanned that person and then banned the mod because that person was a big gifter. And then they had like Islamophobic people in their community, and they're like, oh, we're gonna keep him because he's a big gifter, he gifts a lot of subs and bits. That's just disgusting. And so no matter how much money someone has, if they're weird, I don't care who you are, you're getting banned. I even made a tweet about it. I said, if you keep weird people in your community just because they have money, you're just as weird as them. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just for your own. Yeah, it's just for your own protection. Like, people will pretend to support you, gift you just to get close to you. And it was to the point where the guy was like, oh, I live in Florida, let's hang out. I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, like if you don't feel safe, bring your mom, I can hang out with her too. Oh, bring your brother. Yeah. And I'll hang out with her too. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, you're weird. It started off with a few subs, few bits to you wanting to come meet up with me. Like, so that's the biggest advice I could give. Do not get too close to anyone. I feel like people take advantage of women on Twitch and their kindness. They see like an innocent soul. Oh, I can take advantage of that. And so that's like the biggest thing. Protect yourself, protect your mental. You don't have to be friends with you can have an amazing community, you can love all of them. Does not mean you have to 24/7 talk to every single person individually. Does not mean if someone keeps DMing you, you have to respond back. Let people say you have an ego. Let them. You're protecting your mental health, you're protecting your sanity. Like, do not listen to anyone. Like,
Yeah.
just protect yourself, do not get too close, and just be really precautious of who you speak to and who you get close to. That's like the best advice I could give from personal experience.
No, I love that advice, and I would even extend it further to other creators. Like when I came out, when I first started, not when I came out, when I first started streaming, like I started streaming because I wanted to make friends. Like I moved to a new state. Like COVID happened. I really wanted to like make friends in the community, and I absolutely, and Sav knows because she's still beating this into me that I don't need to extend myself so much to other people. But absolutely, when I first started, like other creators will also try and take advantage of you and take advantage of your niceness and try to enter your space with bad intentions or not pure intention. Thank you so much for watching my hosting demo reel. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you see the potential that I have as a future host, possibly of your events. Thank you so much for watching again, and I hope you have a good day.